Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin and
David Wynn.
and we're here to talk about how to have great success in every market. Today, guys, we got another special person out there, Dave again, always with these awesome people. Who did you bring along today, brother?
Well, I brought Alex Aymelek with the Real Dallas.
Properties.
I did. I told you we were gonna.
No, you did good.
Thank you.
No, you didn't.
But good point. Good point. No, she's a bear in the industry. She just she comes from my hometown of Mesquite.
That's right.
And those that don't know, I grew up in Mesquite, so to have her here to talk about real estate and what the landscape of Mesquite is, it's awesome.
Well, apparently they're just building prodigies out there because we got two awesome people, both from the Mesquite area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So, well, welcome to the show, Alex.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. So, are you from Mesquite? Is it?
No, actually, I was born in Fort Benning, Georgia. I'm an Army brat.
All right, I love it. I love it.
But we moved to Texas when I was 4. Lived in Denison, Sherman, McKinney.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all over North Dallas, East
Yeah.
Dallas, South Dallas.
True Army brat, right?
Yeah.
You move a lot.
Yeah. So, So I.
You know, we don't talk about this. My mom taught for Fort Riley as an educator
okay.
for years and years and years. So I met a lot of Army brats
Mm-hmm.
growing up. In fact, I was over there quite often, playing with those kids and hanging out with those kids as a youngster, right? You know, I'm
that's
old
cool.
now, so, this would have been like 40 some years ago at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I love that, and definitely you get to do a lot of things and go a lot of cool places.
You get to experience a lot for sure.
And you got to be really good at getting to know people.
And asking a lot of questions.
That's why you're so good at what you do. That's your secret weapon right there,
That's
right?
a secret weapon.
Yeah, so you grew up kind of in the area. You really you know the city really well then because
Yeah.
you kind of lived everywhere, right?
And partied.
Yeah.
I was here when I was of age, so I partied a lot. So yeah, I know
Yeah.
all the.
You know
all the hidden spots.
The secrets.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking to have a great time or buy a house, you got to call Alex, right? So I love it. Okay, so you're now in Mesquite, and where'd you graduate? Did you graduate? Which high school did you?
Lake Highlands.
Lake Highlands. Okay, and jumped right into real estate.
No, actually, I was doing engineering. Been all over the place. From
Okay.
engineering, insurance, construction management, and then I got into real estate. So
There it
I've
is.
been investing in real estate past 8 years, but I've been a realtor for 3 years.
That's great.
Going on for it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you were an investor and said, "Man, I love this market. I love this industry. I just need to sell the homes myself." Right?
Sort of. So actually, what happened? I bought my first house.
Okay.
And my mom didn't actually buy a house until I was an adult. And when I bought my first house, I was like, wow, this experience wasn't as hard as I thought it was. And
Right.
I feel like everyone should be able to experience this. And I had a lot of friends who didn't come from the greatest backgrounds and
Sure.
didn't get those playing cards or didn't
Right.
think they did. And so that's why I got into it, to change people's lives, just
I
to
love
show
that.
them like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. And when I first became a realtor, I actually made a list of people I wanted to help. And
Yeah.
I think I've helped all of them before.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
that was my sole purpose. I didn't really even think I was going to be able to do it as a job. I thought, I'd do it on the side.
Yeah. Right.
And then one thing led to another, and I ended up quitting my job like the 4th month into it, and I haven't looked back.
Well, you quit your job to start a career. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're glad you did.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's great changing people's lives and leading them on the path of homeownership. There's a lot of
It's awesome. It's awesome to be able to, like you said, change people's lives, and touch hearts.
Yeah.
Because you become part of people's memories. Mm-hmm. And you're helping build generational wealth.
absolutely.
Through real estate.
Yeah.
And, like you said, a lot of the people that you started this industry to serve were people that didn't have a great start. Mm-hmm. And now you're going to make sure that they have a beautiful end, right?
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know what? Let's talk about this a second. So 4 years in the business. And I've seen your production report and everything else. What do you say to all these realtors out there? And there's some that's been in the business 20, 25 years that are struggling, and also have new people that are struggling.
Yeah.
How's it that you're producing in this downturn market or whatever, and doing all this stuff, being less than 4 years and doing all those things? What makes you different, Alex? What is it that you do in real estate that other people are not willing to do?
Yeah, so I think since I have a background in marketing, the relationships, you have to build relationships, and you have to take those relationships really serious.
That's right.
You have to nurture them. I mean, you have to do lunches, do coffees, get outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
That's what I've done, and since with my personality and doing all those things, I have 3 builders that just feed me business.
That's great.
Like, they just feed me business. But if I wouldn't have got out of my comfort zone, because I didn't have any idea about new builds and,
right.
them being small builders and what to do. So that's what I would say. Just build relationships. Relationships are important. All the lenders, title, all the parts, like you're Jerry Jones, build the Cowboys, build a team. Yeah, build the team.
Yeah.
Like, have the right people there for you that can count on you.
I feel like she was in our sales meeting yesterday.
No, it's true.
No, it
It's
is.
True.
It is.
Relationships are so important in this market. People think, oh, there's a lot of title companies, there's
That's
a lot
right.
of lenders. No, but you have to have a few that you can really count on, that you can depend on, that are not going to make you look like a fool.
Yep.
You're real estate success partners.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hence the name of the podcast,
Yep.
right? That's exactly what we're talking about, because we like to bring on top tier guests, and there are always people in this industry that are doing big things, and this is what we find is that we're all doing the same stuff. When we're at the top of the rung, right? When you're in that 1%, 5% category, there's no secret to the business.
No.
It's doing the things that most people won't. Most people won't get outside of the comfort zone. For some people, maybe into their comfort zone, right? Because it is your comfort zone, right? To get out there and network and talk to people. But that's really what it's about, is going to these networking events and rubbing elbows with other successful people, making sure that you're not latching on to the ones that aren't busy and focusing on the ones that are actually doing things, right? And when you're surrounding yourself with other successful people, funny how that works, right?
Yeah.
It seems like the success. It seems like the success just follows.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. Me and Alex in the green room was just talking about this. A lot of people don't know this. There's been studies that done that whenever when you sit next to a high producer, you automatically do 15% more because you're by a high producer.
Yeah.
Here's the stat that a lot of people don't. If you're next to a low producing producer, guess what? You're 30% less doing less. So being around a low producer is more of a negative impact than being by yourself or even being a high producer. Think about that for a second. So be careful who you surround yourself with.
Well, it's poison, right?
Yeah,
It's poison. And you got to make it, and poison spreads. That's exactly. Poison spreads. You've got to make sure that you're focused on being around people that are high energy, high level, because it's only going to make you better. We always talk about you want to be the product of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, we are. It's not even that you want to be. We are.
Yeah.
So they better be 5 really cool people.
Absolutely.
I got a question for you. It's as we sit here, is it March 22nd today? Yeah, March 22nd, Friday, 2024. The big subject that is on the streets right now is NAR. The new. You're a big listing agent. What are you doing? Just your normal agreements? Are you doing?
I don't really
are you
care.
educating them any?
The agents that will bring a service, that provide a great service, they don't have anything to worry about. It's others that just got in the business just to make a dollar and not negotiate for their clients, not actually bring a service. I don't care. Either way, it's something that we're all going to have to adjust to. And
That's it. It's another
in the
process.
market that we're in, we're like, things change all the time. Laws change.
Yeah.
Contracts change.
That's right.
So I'm not worried about it.
Well, that goes back, several years ago, a little thing called TRID came around.
Yeah.
And loan officers were freaking out, going, man, I got to get out of the business because we're not going to be able to make any money anymore. And, funny thing is, last time I recall in my 20 years of business, the most money that was made in this industry was between 2020 and 2022 after TRID, right?
Yeah.
So, you're 100% correct. It's all about what kind of energy you put out there.
And what you bring to the table.
And what you bring to the table. Yeah. So you're right. If you are just not good at what you do, you know what? You might have something to worry about, you know, but when you're at the top of your game like Alex here, you don't have to worry about those things because you are providing great service. The people that you're working with understand and value the service that you bring to the table.
For sure.
And you're not going to have to worry about those commissions because they care about you because they know you're helping them get their home sold or they're helping you find that next home, right?
One of my clients, he actually sent me a TikTok. He's one of the builders that I work for. He's like, hey, what's going on? We don't have to pay a buyer's agent commission anymore. Because there's a lot of misconceptions. Like, people, like, we don't even know really until it goes into effect. We'll figure out the kinks and stuff.
100%.
And I said, well, if you want to sell, you will. It's not fair. A buyer's agent brings a lot to the table.
They do.
Listing agents, I mean, both sides, you know, they do different things. But a buyer's agent is important.
You know, it's funny you say that because I have a friend that's selling their house, and again, you know, nothing against them. They're just uneducated. They see all this news about the NAR.
That's right.
They're about to sell their house. They're going, ooh, we don't have to pay the buyer's agent. We just got to go. I go, whoa. I go, you might want to talk to your realtor about that. She goes, why? I go, the same scenario. Hey, I want to come by and look at your house. How much commission are you paying for that? We're not paying any commission. Okay, we're going to just knock you off. I'm just going to tell my buyers that something's wrong with the roof.
Well, last time,
or whatever.
But then you also have to think about it. When a buyer's agent, when you're looking at the MLS and you're saying, okay, I'm going to get paid this, they're paying for door service. They're paying for showing time. They're paying for all the things that we Supras, like, they don't just get cute and go to open a door.
Well, that goes back to what I was about to talk about. So last time I looked, we all know what Apple is, right? You know what Apple is, right? We all know what McDonald's is. Not that I go there, but we all know what it is, right? At the end of the day,
What?
I don't. Well, my kids go to McDonald's. I don't go to McDonald's.
No.
But, well, I'm getting older, so I can't eat that crap. I'm sorry. I wish I could. It just doesn't work well for me. But, sorry, McDonald's. I'm not getting sponsored, by the way. You can tell that. But last time I looked, they're marketing, right?
Yeah.
And they're always spending money on marketing dollars. Why would they do that? Because they know that there's always another audience that they need to capture.
Yeah.
Well, when you're limiting your audience, it's going to be a lot harder to sell, right?
Absolutely.
So what are you really doing by paying a buyer's agent? Those are marketing dollars. You're paying marketing dollars to put somebody out there who's going to help bring more people to your house, right? And that's really what it's all about. So if you skip the buyer's agent, you just got a smaller circle of people. They're going to know that your home actually exists. And that's one of the main reasons why you've got to have a buyer's agent there is they're going to get out there and they're going to promote your home for you. They're going to lead more people to your house. And last time I looked, when you sell, you'd rather sell fast and pay top dollar than leave it on the market for 3 to 4 months and have to reduce the purchase price. And what ends up happening when you have less buyers, you end up reducing purchase prices. Which would you rather pay? Less money or do with your listing? Have less money, right, that you're going to receive back, or pay for somebody to go out and market that property, right?
And honestly, by the time they do finally sell, they'll probably be paying a buyer agent commission anyways.
They're 100% they are.
So
100% they are.
That's crazy. I don't know all the things that are going on. I mean, no one really does until it goes into effect.
Well, I can tell you, you got our support.
Yeah,
right? You know,
thanks.
you've got our support, and agents out there, you've got our support. That we respect why you guys get paid, and we want to make sure that we're doing whatever we can to help promote that. And we realize that the agent fee is technically gone, but there's other ways that that's going to be settled.
Oh yeah, and another thing, just to piggyback on that, not having representation will bring a lot of lawsuits.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Absolutely.
Like, there's so many things that a buyer's agent does on the back end that people don't realize. So I just feel like that whole lawsuit has opened up room for other lawsuits, and it won't be pretty.
Yeah.
So
Pandora's
have representation, y'all.
Yeah.
Pandora's box has been opened.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your production, Alex.
Yeah.
You know, it's with Dallas-Fort Worth. I just read a report last week. 39% more inventory
That's
now
right.
from the same time last year. So.
Yeah.
39%, guys, that's a lot.
It is.
Of inventory. I mean, the market's hot. It's moving.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Well, and what we also know is in addition to that 39% more market, 25% of those homes are going for under contract listing price, right? So, buyers who think this isn't a great buyer's market, it's an excellent buyer's market because there's more inventory on the market, and more than likely you're going to have that ability to negotiate a little bit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
What have you seen? You're boots on ground, right? You know what the negotiation process looks like. Are you still seeing homes? And I know in some neighborhoods this is probably still relevant, going for 10, 20% over listing?
No, I haven't seen that. Not in the past year and a half, 2 years. Nope.
Yeah. And so you got a lot of people waiting on rates to drop before they're going to move forward. What do you think happens when rates drop?
Prices of houses go up.
But why? Why does that happen?
I don't know. Explain it to me. I want to know.
You know, when you've got a lower inventory market, now Dallas is a little increased at this point in time, but you bring back borrowers because rates drop.
Yeah.
What the projection is that for every 1% that rates come down, it's going to bring 1 million borrowers back to market, right? So when you add 1 million borrowers, and in the United States we have around 700,000 homes in inventory, well, where do you find the homes? They don't exist. So
Supply and
now
demand.
everybody's paying more to get what they actually want, right? That's what it boils down to. So.
Yeah.
Big surprise. So low rates bring more buyers, which raises the purchase price of the house.
Yeah.
Last time I looked, it's better to buy low and then just refinance. Right?
Repeat that?
Last time I looked, it's better to buy the house low and then when the rates improve, refinance.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah. Wouldn't you agree, or am I crazy?
No, sorry. I had to like follow you.
Excuse me.
I have ADHD really bad.
It's the
Okay,
bright.
Hold on.
It's the bright lights over here.
I
You're
need
like,
to write
hey,
that
what-
down. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
correct.
I love it. I love it. So, okay, so you're still out there. You're doing big things, and what is it? A consumer comes to you and says, "Hey, Alex, I'm ready to buy a house. I'm ready to list a house." What's that process look like for them? What do you bring to the table? I know you said, and we know, but
Yeah.
what does that look like?
So for my buyers, I obviously do a buyer's consult class, or a meeting.
So,
but
what's a consult? What does that mean?
just kind of go through the process of it, because people don't know about inspections. People don't
That's
know
right.
about appraisals. People don't know that those things have to be paid apart from whatever
Standard
estimate
closing
they got.
costs,
They'll start
or-
freaking out like, you didn't tell me this. And
What about taxes and insurance, right? Mortgage
and
insurance,
prepays, all
maybe?
that stuff. We go over that stuff just to kind of educate people, because people just don't know. I didn't know.
That's right.
So I do like.
And it's okay
buyers.
that you don't know. You got to
Oh,
start
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
That's
no, for
why you
sure.
have a great agent, right?
That's why you have representation. Yeah.
That's it.
So we do that, and then for my sellers, kind of the same thing, but
Yeah.
I do like
Flip-flop.
net sheets and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. No, we think the consultation is the most important part, right?
Absolutely.
Because you're sitting down, you're educating them, helping them understand, what that process is going to feel like, what it's going to look like, what to expect. And then, from that point, when everything starts to unfold, there's no surprises, right?
Absolutely.
And, I think that's super important.
Yeah, and you set the proper expectation
Yeah.
so they know.
What
They
they're
just
getting
know,
into. Yeah. What's this going to look like? What's this crazy process go for? And how many of your clients are first-time home buyers over, seasoned vets that have bought 2, 3, 4, 5
No,
houses?
all 90% of them.
I think
90% of my buyers.
I was going to say, I think there was a stat last year that of all the real estate transactions, 40% was first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
But remember, that's who I wanted to help. Who I want to
That's
help.
right.
Yeah.
I want to
love it.
educate
Here we
people
go. That's
because
the good stuff.
you change their lives by letting them. Like my friend, I have a friend. She was paying $3,500 to rent an apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
3,500.
insane. She made really good money.
Right.
Her credit was shaky, but we got her fixed up, and she bought a house, and she's paying less than that.
That's awesome.
So that is my market. That's where I want to.
So that's who you're impacting is
Yeah.
the person that doesn't have the experience, that needs to know that they're being well led, right? And that's what makes you so great at what you do, because the whole reason, like you said, you got into this industry was,
Yeah.
I wanted to help people.
Although I will say, since not that I made the process so easy, but just by educating and
It was
letting them, now I've had a couple people come back like, I'm ready to buy my second house.
That's
I'm
awesome.
like, okay.
The repeat business,
Yeah.
the referrals.
Yeah.
We call it the sphere of influence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the folks that come back around because, again, when they close that first house and they had such a great experience, why would they go somewhere else, right? They want to work with Alex again, which makes great sense.
Yeah.
So is it just you? Do you have a team? What does that look like?
It's just me.
Just you.
I thought about creating a team, but that's kind of in the works, maybe
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah, well, I get it. You got to start somewhere. Like you said, you're 4 years into the industry. You're already having great success,
Yeah.
right? And over time, we just start going, man, let's duplicate that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Let's start working through the team members. How do you market out there? I know you said you had some great builders, but what's that market look like, right? Are you just bumping into people at supermarket and saying, hey, buy a house for me?
No, I wish. I do a lot of networking events.
Yeah.
My email inbox is like full of them, title companies.
Right.
So I I go to a lot of those, at least once a week.
How do you pick the one to go to?
Just depending on the time and stuff with my kids, my personal life. So, and then I've also joined the Chamber of Commerce in Mesquite.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know them, but
Oh, I don't.
yeah, they're there. I do that. Instagram, I do a lot of not paid marketing, just me. So I'm going to say 90%
You guys hear
of
that?
my agents.
Not paid marketing, right? Just me, right? Just me. And that's
90% of my clients have come from Instagram. So
yeah.
that's just
Really?
me posting. Yeah, like just friends that said, oh, well, honestly, like if she can do it, I can do it.
Yeah.
And then they bought a house and moved on. So
Yeah, social media marketing is another great place, you know, to get out there, because
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're reaching, again, your sphere of influence, right? These are people that know, like, and trust you.
Yeah.
And you know, when you get out
no
there,
interest. I don't know about like. I just messed with you.
I don't like her so much, but I know I can trust her. She's
Yeah.
going to lead me down that
Yeah,
right
yeah.
path, right?
Yeah.
No, but, you know, but at the end of the day, it is a great place to put that out there. And I think a lot of people forget to talk to the camera when it comes to places like Instagram or Facebook and say, hey, by the way, you may know me as your friend.
Yeah.
But guess what? I do real estate too, and I'd love to help you out. And
Yeah.
what's funny is this guy over here just released one of those for me today.
Yeah, he showed it to me.
The origin story. We just talked about
Yeah,
this.
the
Yeah.
origin story. You know, those are so important, right? Because sometimes we take it for granted that people just know what we do, right? But you know, getting out there and really marketing yourself, that's where, you know, successful people.
Yeah.
Man, it's just funny how that works, right?
But even going back to marketing and getting out of your comfort zone, even though I'm not like a shy person at all,
Yeah.
I don't like going to a networking event with like 200 people and
Yeah.
I've invited people and they won't come with me. Going by yourself is still kind of like intimidating.
Sure,
Like, what
of
am I going
course.
to do? You know, like,
Yeah.
but just doing that,
How do you get over that fear?
I just go. I just do it.
You just
That's
go.
That's just my
You're like,
philosophy.
I'm just gonna
in
do it.
life. I'm just going to do it.
You push yourself right into that comfort zone.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Life's too short.
It's too
You
short.
never know what, I don't want to have what ifs in my life. Like,
Yeah.
what if I didn't go? What, you know, so.
Yeah.
I'll,
Well, you're flicking little guy off the shoulder, right? The one that says, oh, nobody's going to like you. Nobody's going
Yeah,
to talk to
yeah.
you. You know, you're going to be standing in the corner by yourself, right?
Yeah.
But does that ever happen?
It has happened. No, seriously, and
yeah.
it will happen. There will
does,
be moments
sure.
when it will be awkward.
That's right.
Man, I love that.
I do
Because
too.
guess what? That's real. Because it
Yeah.
does happen. You
Yeah,
may be
it does.
you may be sitting in a corner by yourself, but at least you're there. That's just
Yeah.
one time.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about this again. You going back to the sales meeting yesterday. You know, if you're not getting out there and scraping your knee a little bit and getting some bruises and getting bumped up from time to time, you never learn. In fact, what we've found, Alex, and you can tell me if you relate to this as well. We learn more from our mistakes than we do from our victories.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
For sure. Absolutely.
I-
But that has happened, but each time it gets easier and easier. Now I don't care.
Yeah. You just
If I go and I'm alone, oh well.
And
At
what's
least I
fu-
got out of the house.
Yeah, and what's funny is when you go, you probably now you do end up talking to people, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to people, but sometimes it is still awkward, you know? I don't think it ever, like, because, like, I just went to one with, like, 1,200 people in Frisco.
Yeah.
Like, it could, and I don't know anybody. I didn't bring anybody with me,
That's
but,
right.
you know, it's,
You
Alex,
got a 1 in 1,200 chance.
I'll go with you.
yeah,
If you
I
need,
should
if,
call
if
you
you
next
need, if you
time.
need
Dave's
someone
your
to go,
wingman.
I'm
Yeah.
new
I
with
should call you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
should
any,
call
any
you.
events that we need to go to, I love going to those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you do. In
Yeah.
this business, you build relationships.
It's all about relationships. And I think, you know, that's another one that we talk about all the time is that, you know, when you're, again, wanting to get into an industry like what we're doing here,
Yeah.
right? Working with you as an agent or working with Dave as a loan officer, it's about relationships. It's a relational business, right? That's really what it's all built on. So if you're not comfortable going out and building relationships with people, this is probably not the right industry for you, right? I mean, it's just
Right.
that's just the hard facts and reality, you know. So you got a lot of people. There was actually a study, and I can't remember the specific statistic, but it was like 51% of people in sales don't have the qualifications to be in sales.
Oh, wow.
51%, you know, don't even have the qualifications to be in sales, right? So why are they in sales? Because they hear they can make a lot of money, but they're not willing to put forth the effort to
Yeah.
make it happen. They go, "Psst, did that, doesn't work, right? But that's not the case, you know, because like Alex said, hey, go out and skin your knee a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody doesn't talk to you. So what?
Yeah.
Right? The next one they do, and then you build a relationship with somebody that now all of a sudden becomes a great referral source for you, right? And as you said, you've got a couple of builders, you know, that I'm sure you probably met at a networking event like
Yeah.
one of those, right? And that's where a lot of your business comes from, right? Yeah. I love that. I love that. So new agents, don't be afraid to go out and skin up your knees.
For
Go
sure.
make relationships. Yeah. You know, we had a gentleman on here about a year ago, and he was branded like me, right? You know, had his name on everything. And he said, the reason I do it is because when I go to the supermarket, I go to the store, I go somewhere, somebody just asks me all the time. People are like, what's with the outfit? Or, you know, what do you do? And like, then he's talking about real estate, right? He's out there talking about, you know, the things that he's doing in the industry. And what do you know? Funny
Yeah.
how that works, right? He just automatically brings business in from that. So
I also think that like what works for one person might not work for another person.
sure.
So like
Personality.
that won't work for me.
Yeah.
I can't wear like things like that on me because
Right.
I like fashion and you know I want to be cute and I don't know if I can make that look cute.
Oh, I get it. I absolutely get it. I actually, my other persona, I wear a lot of Robert Graham, Gucci, Cartier, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're on the same page,
I see
right?
your glasses,
Yeah. We're on the same page, right? But when I do a podcast, I'm in my gear, right? You know, that's just the way that I do it. When I run
Yeah.
a team meeting, I'm going to be in my gear, right?
Have you had people ask?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've had people ask for the gear. I've actually had people say, hey, I want your hat or I want your sweatshirt. I'm going, that's my name, but okay. If you want to wear it,
Maybe
please
we
do.
need to start a clothing line.
I've actually considered that. Yeah, because I do jumpsuits and stuff like that. I
Oh,
do a
that's
lot.
cool.
Yeah, and if you notice, most of it's all branded Nike. So, you know, there actually is a fashion design behind
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it. Right? So, but yeah, you're right. Not everybody's going to go that direction. And that's okay. You don't have to. We had somebody else like you that really enjoyed fashion. They wore a name tag everywhere they went. Literally everywhere they went. In fact, I think we've got a meeting with her next week, right?
Yep, we do.
Yeah, we sure do. Yeah, Coach V, and she's awesome, you know. And she said it just inspires people to come and talk to me. But what works for you
Yeah, it might not work for someone.
might not work for somebody
Absolutely.
else. Yeah.
Hey, let's switch gear a little bit. You know, we talked a little bit about what's your motivation. If y'all caught that earlier, did you hear her say, "I'm just trying to get out of the house"? Just kidding.
I was about to go here, so thank you, Dave.
Just kidding. But you know, her tagline is "Alex Party of 5" on her Instagram. So let's talk about Alex Party of 5. What are those 5 people that are so your tagline?
Oh, man, you read my mind.
So, me being the first person, my husband and my 3 children.
That's
My
awesome.
kids they just all had birthdays. Hold on. 17. Oh, my other one is next week. Okay, 17, 15, and 13.
I think you got that wrong because it has to be 7, 5, and 3. It's definitely not old enough for a 17-year-old.
Oh, man. I wish. You look at my back, you'd think differently. And my knees.
So 3 awesome kids at home,
Yes.
loving husband. Yeah, and they're big supporters.
Yeah, my kid, my little one, Ariel, my 13-year-old, she passes my cards out at school.
I love it. I love it. You got your own little marketer.
Her best friend's mom bought a house. Well, they're buying a house. And she's like, you didn't use my mom? She's like, it's a new build. She's like, you can still use a realtor for a new
Oh,
build.
she's already in it. She's
Yeah,
already. I
she
love
is.
it. You
She
taught her well.
She is, yeah.
Well, you know, let's take this for a second. So we do these podcasts, and our tagline on Monday is "Wicca Wicca." It's Mortgage Monday.
Yeah.
So my kid, who's 13 years old, 7th grade, his entire friend base, every time they walk up to me, they go, "Wicca Wicca, hey, what's Mortgage Dave?" And so
You got to introduce me to these guys.
Oh,
sometime,
they're hilarious.
Because I'm the one that says it.
yeah.
So.
So he says our tag, but what's great is they're 13 years old. Can I tell you this, Alex? I know when they buy their house, guess who they're getting a loan from? Me.
Yeah.
I also ask them, hey, what does his dad do? They go, I don't know. What does his dad do? I don't know.
Yeah.
But all my friends' kids know what I do because I post on
'Cause of
Instagram.
wicka wicka.
I post
What's going on, guys?
So guess what? I have a built audience 10 years from now
Yeah.
or 15 years from now of influx of these kids that
Yeah.
are ready to go. So
Yeah.
so when you talk about why is it important to post? It's not just today.
Yeah,
If you're building
for sure.
if you're building a brand, if you're building something, it's the
right.
future.
Yeah, it is.
No, for sure.
Well, your future is your daughter, your hype man over there.
I
right?
know.
And she's
I know.
already-
The other 2 are iffy, but her, man, she promotes me. She gives me
love
all my
it.
business cards, their little Valentine's parties, Halloween. She's
Realtor in the making.
Yep, she's stuffing those cards in there. So, but yeah,
love that.
that's my
I love that.
motivation. My kiddos.
That's super
my
cool.
family.
Yeah. Well, that's our number 1 core value. We've talked about it on
Yeah.
a lot of podcasts. we care about the families we serve, and I can tell that's certainly one of your core values too.
Absolutely.
But we care about our work families, the people we're spending time with, and then the biggest part for us is really taking care of our families and making sure they've got a lifetime of successes.
Yep.
And they see you out there hitting the streets every single week. They got to be, at least one of them's proud. The other
Yeah,
one,
the other
they'll be
two,
proud
if
later.
you-
They'll get there.
I don't know, man.
You said it, 15 and 17. It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
That's just
my little one. She is definitely my hype man.
I love it. I love it. So
I'll be buying her a car, maybe a house.
Listen up, you other two kids.
Yeah, she's getting a house.
can I get a house too? I'll be your hype man. I
Right.
promise. You already got one. If you're working with Dave over here, he's definitely one of the best. Best
I
out
know
there.
he's on it.
He is, yeah. Well, it's part of our process. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's important to follow a production plan or an action plan, and we do. And Dave, he's one of the people that I know for sure. He follows it to the letter.
I think you're cloned secretly. There's no
I
way.
love you. I didn't pay her to say this, guys, by the way.
I literally Gracie was impressed.
Yeah.
Not joking.
She's one of my biggest fans.
Yeah.
She is just she's
She
like
was
overwhelmed
like, yeah.
with everything. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, he's amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, I know.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's part of having a support plan. And one of the things that we know is, especially for Dave, he's a high producer. There's got to be a team behind it, you know.
yeah.
And so for him, to be able to stay in touch the way that he does, right? He's got two awesome, and I'm going to give him credit here because they're just great. He's got two behind the scenes people that we don't always see on camera. But Chris Garcia, one of the best loan officers I know in the industry. This guy gets loans closed that people just, they would walk away from. And that's one of his best kept secrets. The other one is Jasmine. And, Jasmine, number one, she's bilingual. So
Oh, yeah.
she gives them the ability to speak, with consumers, from different dialects. But in addition to that, she is just an absolute unicorn. I think since we brought her on the team 2 years ago, she's just flourished. She's really taken the
that's
ball.
awesome.
and run.
Well, what we talk about, it's about being present. It's about being here today. You know what? You may not always need my services. Doesn't mean that I don't communicate.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just, hey, I'm here. Just I'll be here, and maybe a month from now, 6 months from a year from now, it's the same platform. You gotta be top of mind. You have to be present. That's the goal. That's everybody's. If you can stay top of mind with anybody,
Yeah.
those relationships are important.
Well, and that's what you were talking about, Alex. You're going to go out and you're going to do the networking things that are necessary, but you're going to follow up, right? You're going to make sure that they're there when you need you.
But his consistency is like top. Something else.
So let me give you a little secret. So we
No secrets.
we literally do a specific activity Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we do it together. We don't just do it by ourselves. So every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday for 2 hours between 9 and 11, we're on what we call call stars. We bring on all of our salespeople. We're on a Zoom call, and we mute the Zoom call. It's actually Rome. It's in our Rome universe. But we mute that call, and we contact all the people we work with together. That way we all are doing it together as a team, and we're pushing each other to create great success together. So
Well,
that's how he pulls it off.
Yeah,
Now,
he's
he also
doing it.
does things behind the scenes, right, when
Yeah.
we're not on those calls. And that's because Dave's just an absolute professional.
Well, I tell people all the time, we live in a technology world. If you let the technology take over, it takes away the human element.
That's
you know
right.
what? The phone is still the most powerful
Yeah.
relationship that you could have.
Yeah.
People want to hear from you. People want
do.
to talk to you. People don't want to always talk through your text, emails, or whatever. So it just I call it the human touch.
Yeah.
That telephone is your best friend. If you're in sales, pick up the phone.
yeah.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
right. Well, Dave, you got a plug on your own podcast. Normally, we don't go down that path. Because we're here to talk about you and how awesome you are, and you are, Alex. And
No,
that's,
he is. Trust me, I would not be saying that. If he was
I believe it. Yeah, we definitely didn't pay her any money.
the first time I texted you, I think it was on a Saturday or Sunday. It was late at night, and you called me, and I was like, "Wait, that guy's already calling me."
Yeah.
So I picked up the phone, and then I texted him. I was like, "Oh, and it's a blue message. Oh no, this is it. This is it. This is not like a computer-generated messaging." Okay, yeah.
Well, here's what we know. We know the biggest issue that most realtors have with their loan officers they work with is clear communication throughout the loan process, right? Following up on leads, right? And what's the third one, Dave? I lost my train of thought. Clear communication, following up on leads, and
Close your deal on time.
close the deals on time, right? And the way that we look at it is you're not doing your job if we can't close it on time, right? You may as well just get out of the industry if that's the case. That's not even really the job. Like that has to be done, right?
Yeah.
It's the clear communication part that we're talking about, making sure that everybody in that process knows what's going on at all times.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people they suck at it. They're just not good at it, right? But the people that are at the top of their game, like Dave and Alex, there's clear communication.
Yeah.
You're hearing from them at all times. And I think that's where you say it's the realtor's dream, because it's like, nobody answers the call. This guy's answered the call late at night and responded to the text
I think it was on a Saturday at 9 p.m. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I could probably pull up the message.
I already know. Because guess who Dave's talking to a lot of the times in the background in between those calls? He and I are on the phone,
Yeah.
and we're having a lot of conversations, because when Dave needs something, I've got to make sure the rest of the team springs to action and makes that
Yeah.
happen too. So.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
good.
Well, I love it. Well, we could sit here and talk about how awesome Dave and Alex are all day, because you guys are both absolutely fantastic. But is there anything we didn't talk about today, Alex, that you really want to get out there, right? Anything you would like to say?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered it all.
I love it. I love it. Super, super few words there from an absolute superstar. Alex, when the people out there want to find you, first off, what market do you cover?
All over Dallas, Fort Worth.
Let's go. Let's go.
So if you want to find me, you can text or call me 972-890-5430. My Instagram handle is AlexParty_5, I think. We'll double check.
We'll
that.
get it right. When you're looking at this one, just look down. It'll be
Yeah.
right across the screen, written exactly the way it's supposed
I
to.
think that's what it is.
And if you're listening to the podcast, just look in the description. We'll make sure that it's in the description.
Yeah, reading is fundamental, guys.
I love this one. You're going to have a
just
great
saying.
time, too. She's a lot of fun. So, when you're looking for an expert in the industry and somebody you can trust that's going to lead you, give you a great consultation so you know exactly what to expect, reach out to Alex, because you're going to get great service from
you so
a
much.
pretty awesome person, if I do say so myself.
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. No, thank you for being here today. Dave, anything you'd like to say here to Alex before we wrap up our show?
Yeah, absolutely. I do these podcasts, every Friday, and Alex is the real deal, guys. If you want to get a house listed or purchase a house, I call her, because the process can be strenuous. It can be nerve-wracking.
But it
Because
doesn't have to
it's also be stressful. You kind of wanted someone to have fun with, and hanging out with her, you're gonna have a lot of fun. Plus, it's the largest purchase of your life, man. God,
Yeah.
you better like and trust that person that you're doing business
That's it.
with.
Absolutely.
And I can't say enough good things about Alex. So.
Well, and if you want to know what we opened with, I don't know if you remember, but if you want a good party, she could probably point you in the right direction. So,
Only sketchy places.
Yeah, there's a.
I'm just
I
joking.
love it. I love it. Yeah, but seriously, sketchy places.
Yeah. I got you. I'm your girl.
That's it. That's it. No, she's absolutely fantastic. So, guys, again, so look for Alex, look for those digits, make that phone call, get her phone a ringing. We want to keep her as busy as she's been, and we just want to continue that market heading in that direction. So, guys, we're your real estate success partners. I'm Devin and David.
I'm David Wynn.
And if you want to find us, you can check us out at realestatesuccesspartner.com. Again, that's realestatesuccesspartner.com, or come see the video on YouTube at the Dubuque team. And you're going to be glad you did, because you're going to get to meet Alex face to face. And please make sure that you comment. Do some of those 5-star reviews. That always makes us happy, right? No, but seriously, we appreciate those reviews. And if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you need a mortgage, or if you want to buy a house, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. So until the next time, we'll see you then.
Bye, guys.